Yeah.
That's what I've tried to do with X and just posting that cover every day. And it just, I mean, the people I got,
it gets you noticed, doesn't it?
Yeah. A lot.
Shall we go live?
Yep.
Looks like we already
We already are. Yes, welcome to your Labor Day weekend. Dr. Masque, Retro Elixir is in the house. You know what that means. Fun. I was telling Dr. Masque behind the scenes, I might even put my hand to his contest. He's got a contest that's going to be up for at least 3 weeks more, and you can get in on it, and he's going to tell us how.
Okay. Well, first, thanks for having me on.
By the way, good to have you back. It's been a while.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember when, but
it's you've been on a couple times, 2-3 times. I don't know, but we talked comics and shop and stuff around here. Had a good time. It's probably been probably close to a year, I would think. Because time flies.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, I think so.
I could look it up for you if you want.
No, I could do that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. We just jump into it. You said you want to talk about
the contest, just jump in with both feet. Okay. We're here Labor Day weekend. We got nothing better to do, right?
That's right.
Episode 1220.
Wow.
We're going to talk about Edgar Allan Poe's Besprinkled with Scarlet. And but first we're going to talk about the contest that you're doing. Drawing contest.
So currently I have the contest going on, and basically all you need to do is draw some kind of a gothic horror type scene or whatever, or picture. It doesn't have to be too elaborate. The only thing is that I want Dr. Masque in the picture somewhere. Doesn't have to be the main character in the picture. Just needs to be in it. Because
now here's one that I know you've seen that Homer Glitch did of Poe.
Yep.
That's not exactly what you're looking for on the contest.
Yeah. When I did the was planning out the book, one of the things I noticed with a lot of like adaptions and things of Poe is they like to put him in as the main character. And I don't feel like he ever intended that. So that's kind of why I stayed away from including him. But I'm not saying that there won't be some posts. His face won't appear in the campaign somewhere, but he's not the focal point. His work is. So
he'd make a good Easter egg somewhere, huh?
Yeah, for sure. And there's a good amount of that in there too. But so the art can be black and white. It can be color. The only thing I ask is no AI, no nudity. Um, it's got to be at least 300 DPI. And you can either submit it to me. One easy way to get all these rules for the art contest is to sign up for the mailing list, because then you'll automatically be emailed a little bit of information on the book and also all the rules for the art contest. But
hell no.
Or you can send them an email to Dr. Masque at drmasqueretro.com. I just dropped the Elixir.
Right.
And then when time, or you can just post the art on X or on Instagram with the hashtag Besprinkled with Scarlet. And I'll probably be the sole judge. I might get somebody else involved to figure out what the best one is, but whoever wins, we'll put them. They'll have the inside back cover of the book, and you'll get a copy of the book as well. So
tell us how your character here came about. Your icon.
Well, yeah. Well, it started quite a while ago. It mostly came from YouTube. I was changing accounts. I had an account that the name was kind of funky and messed up, and I'm just like, let me just create a new account. And I wanted something inspired by Edgar Allan Poe, because I love Poe, and that's why I came up with Dr. Masque. And I was just, if you go back and look at stuff, I don't know if YouTube keeps that the old avatars or not, but I mean, I started out with some the skeleton hand, cover of one of the skeleton hands with the Reaper playing the violin, and then I moved on to other things, and eventually I had Pete Sametti draw me a sketch card, and I just said, draw me the Mask of the Red Death, and he did, and so I carried that around with me for a while. And then while that was going on, I'm kind of going through my head, okay, who is this Dr. Masque, and what does he do? And, blah, blah, blah. And it just kind of grew from there. So, so this icon right here that is done by Christian Rossi.
Right.
Who's amazing.
With, colors by Dan Kemp, right?
Dan Kemp. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of good guys. But I was looking at the credits on the book, and there's like 20 people that worked on this book. So, but Dan is the main colorist. He colors all the interiors, and he did the promotional piece that Elliot Rodriguez did of Dr. Masque. So yeah, he's I wanted different artists to do their take on Poe, but I wanted it to be cohesive, so that's why I wanted the same colorist for everything. But the book is in black, white, and red. Yeah, as you can kind of see.
Says, I'm a big Poe fan. Got a collected works, leather bound and gilded edges.
Nice.
So cool. Yeah.
Can't have enough volumes of Poe as far as I'm concerned. But
well, I mean, how prolific a writer was he?
I'm trying to remember what the total, if you look at poems and the short stories and essays, and I mean, it's a decent amount of work, yeah. I want to say 60 or 70 things that I can think of,
How much do you know about Poe himself?
I mean, quite a bit. I mean, I've been a fan since I was in high school, which was a long time ago. But but it's funny. I just what's that? I'm sorry.
Nothing.
Okay.
I said 16th century, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's been resurrected multiple times, folks. Dr. Masque.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, once I started this project too, I just kept learning more and more as I went, and just and just like all history, maybe not all of it is, what really happened.
Yeah. It might have
There's
been a
definitely.
comic book where I learned that Poe had a comic book story or something I read in a comic book, but it may have been somewhere else, where Edgar Allan Poe had such a phobia, fear of being buried alive, which was kind of more common in his day. People would
Yep.
lapse into a coma, or they would think they were dead, and then it turned out they weren't. And in fact, in the very first Marvel magazine that I bought, Vampire Tales #5, it had a story of a woman being buried alive, and then the grave robbers come to the grave and dig her up because she was buried with a very expensive pearl necklace, and it's kind of raining, and the water on her face wakes her up, thankfully, and the caretaker of the graveyard shoots the guy for being a grave robber. What a wild story,
Yeah.
for somebody very small who had to beg his father for this magazine. A whole 75 cents plus a couple pennies for tax.
Yeah.
But Poe had a fear or phobia of being buried alive. I think when he was buried, they had and this was not only on his grave, but other graves at the time, where they had like a rope leading down to the coffin, where if he was buried alive by accident, he could pull the rope and it would ring a bell, and they would come and dig him up.
Yep.
Or the said person, whoever, had that.
Yeah. Yeah, he wrote I mean, that's the theme of his fear of being buried alive was prevalent in a lot of his stories. But
well, I
he
mean,
wrote
the one with the beating heart underneath the floor
boards.
It's kind of like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but he did the story Premature Burial, which is actually in my book.
And those Hammer movies, it's like, we're gonna wall you up alive, shackled.
Yep. Well, yeah, in the Black Cat, that's what happened too, right? So so there's a lot of that in his stuff. But yeah, they did a movie. They did a movie, Premature Burial, too. That was one of the few ones that I think Corman did that Vincent Price wasn't in. But it was a good one, nonetheless. I find that
I think that even goes back to an early foreign silent movie that I've watched. It might have been in Vampire. I'm not sure, spelled differently, but they had like a window on the coffin where you could see the deceased face.
Oh yeah, yep.
Like a pane of glass. And I don't know, it's from the guy in the coffin's perspective, I think, what he's kind of seeing from inside the box out of the glass. I don't know. It's just a portion of the movie, but it's kind of wild.
Yeah, it's a scary thought when you think about it.
And I've got a 2-page story in my book, Devil Flyer, that is like basically a 2-page story that introduces Dirty Joe, and it's basically, the dialogue is the last thoughts of a dying man who's laying there in bed dying, and the very last thoughts he thinks.
Dang, yeah.
So that's always kind of, food for thought. What would my last thoughts be? I don't guess any of us really know. Or, death might come so sudden, an accident or something, that we're unaware that we even, was killed.
Yeah, a lot of interesting stories and stuff about people that have had those near-death experiences and what they see, and it'll be.
Now, where are you located besides the graveyard, Dr. Masque? What state are you in? I forget.
I live in upstate New York.
Okay. Well,
hopefully,
even that
hopefully
can be
for not much longer, but what's that? Because where are you, Rex?
Even that can be forgiven. Yeah, you need to get the hell out of there. Now, it's more rural up north, isn't it? It's more rural and very nice.
Yeah. It's not like
compared
the city,
to like Manhattan or That city's going to go to hell in a handbasket when they elect that new mayor. It's going to be communist central.
The problem is with New York as a whole is the regulations and the taxes, so
Shadowhawk wanted to know, didn't he brick a guy up in the case of
Cask of Amontillado? Yeah. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite stories too.
Yeah. He yep. Fortunato. The thing I love about that story is it starts out that he had done something to him, but you never know what he did, but it was something that was unforgivable. And that's what it leads to.
He never does tell you what it is. That's right.
No.
Yeah, that's cool. That one I liked. What was that? Murders in the Rue Morgue a lot too. That was a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good one. Shadowhawk, when he said about 60 works, short works, and different things, does that sound about right to you with Poe? How much he was?
Yes, sounds about right.
Yeah,
because I mean, I had the collected works, in a single volume. It's got to be, I don't know, 400 or 500 pages each, maybe a little more.
Yeah.
It depends on how in the weeds you get too, because like there's a couple of different versions of his stories. There was a couple that he put out, then rewrote and put out again, while he was alive. So,
and then all of his poetry and stuff as well, So he's got a pretty good chunk of stuff to read.
Now, how well known was he in his lifetime, guys?
He was pretty well known where he was. I mean, he traveled around. He was in Boston and Baltimore, but once the Raven came out, he was, people recognized him and people wanted him to go to their house and read the Raven to him, and little kids would come up to him on the street and be like, would come up to him and he would say nevermore to him, and so he was a bit of a celebrity as far as that went. He didn't make a lot of money at it, but I mean, he worked.
No, unfortunately, he died a pretty rough death. But
he worked.
He died fairly young, didn't he?
And that's another mystery too.
And I've seen a photograph of him just a few weeks before he died. One of those early photographs.
Yep.
So he was photographed just shortly before his death.
Yeah, the circumstances around his death are kind of shady too. That people really don't know what happened. But
hey, Gary.
Carrie, hello.
What's that?
We got Ryan and Tim in the house. I was just saying hi to some people in chat here.
Thanks for joining.
The Osins in the house. We got Ryan in the house. We got Crooked Painter in the house. I'd like to see his house and see how it's painted.
It's all crooked.
Is it really crooked, or was it just a shady deal?
It's built on a hill.
So, what's the size of the book, and when does it launch?
It's 28 pages. Like I said, it's black, white, and red. Obviously, the covers will be full color, but I'm aiming. I've been aiming for a different month for a while, but I just want to make sure things are good. But I'm looking at November now. So probably the beginning of November.
That's kind of tentative about when you're going to launch.
Yeah, I do. I want to do it yesterday, but I want to make sure I have enough people interested and get the ball rolling before I throw it out there.
Well, on the sign up and stuff, how's the sign up coming?
It's going good.
Sure.
Yeah. Hopefully this will help too.
I think this would probably tickle some people's fancies because it is Poe after all, and there are a lot of Poe lovers out there of his work. And
and I think one of the things is I haven't shown a lot of it. I've been holding a lot back. I think I have a cover. I have two covers.
Once I saw an image of your character, I said, probably a couple months ago, I said, have you got something in the works? And you were like, maybe.
Yep. I was just kind of, I slowly started, letting stuff go. It's so hard. I mean, it's so hard to hold back,
Well, I mean, it's hard to find a happy medium on how much to give away and how much to hold back, right?
Yep.
And you have to kind of figure that out for yourself. But John Dillard's, he's like, give it all away, you know, and he really means that. I think he means
Nice.
that, most of it, you know, because you're like unknown, you're virtually unknown, and you need to entice people enough. And I don't know. I've given quite a bit away on mine. You know, I almost have to sell you on the idea because mine's a several book deal, you know.
Right.
But
yeah, I'm hoping I'm the new guy, and I'm hoping like a lot of the people that I had work on this, people
well, you say new
know.
guy, but you've been around.
Yeah. And
You've
I've been writing all my life,
right?
I've been writing all my life, but But yeah, I went out and found guys that I loved, and you know that I wanted them to do, you know, work for me. So
now, how are you going to print this? Are you going to go see? It seems like a no-brainer to me that you might want to go the Peter Samedi route now that he's printing on newsprint for people, because unless you want to go high end with it or something. I kind of prefer a stapled book, you know, like I got off the spinner rack. Then I do the bound, you know, square bound ones, simply unless, you know, with larger books you have to do that, or you know, bind it some other way like hardback or something. But it's I never like to crack one of those expensive prestige format books open, you know, and damage it.
Hard to read.
You know, now I don't mind doing that with a trade paperback. I like that, you know, it's big enough. But now I like that, you know, with the staple books that they just open up and they're, you know, it's just more accessible to be enjoyed, I think, than those square bounds. But I see a lot of crowdfunders, they go to that format, and I think it's because of their page count. But I really wish we did have more saddle stitched, you know, stapled books out there.
Yeah, this will be saddle stitched. And my plan, as long as scheduling works out and everything, with Pete, is that there'll also be a newsprint version as well. So we'll have a kind of current comic version, and then we'll have the newsprint version. So
wow, Crooked Painter says his house was built in 1851. So yeah, it's crooked. Wow, that's cool.
It would have to be.
Yeah, I lived in a house that was built in not quite that old, but was built in 1880s before I moved into this house. It was actually a business building. It used to, well, I don't know if it started out, but there was like a bar downstairs and gambling upstairs.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Built in the late 1800s. And then it had an addition onto the back of the book, a building that was probably completed around 1912. And 2012, I did live there. So I was there like on its centennial. And it down below, it used to be a barber shop. Now it's a tattoo shop. But since I've moved out, they've got new tenants moved in. But I used to go in there and get my hair cut when I was like 2-3 years old. And, you know, they had the tin on the ceiling and had like the women's faces with the, you know, sort of framed in the corners. And one of them had like three bullet holes in the face. I was like, wow,
no.
Wild, Wild West here, you know? But, you know, I love historical places like that are still around, because really here in town, they just clear it away for progress. And I really hate that.
Yeah, it's the
and
worst.
A lot of people do.
Yeah,
newsprint and stitches for the bitches, Crooked Painter says. Yeah, well, I kind of like that newsprint, you know. I mean,
yeah, me too. And I don't know if you got any of the new ones, that like the Blood Realm that just fulfilled, is on the new newsprint, if you want to call it that. But
right, it's bone white. It looks nothing like, and it doesn't have the pinholes that was in the bottom of those old Marvel DCs.
Yep.
And you know, because every now and then those pinholes, you go to turn a page and it sticks. And it's a pinhole, because it's, you know, and there actually is a needle that creates the pinholes on the printer.
Yep.
Because I worked at World Color for a little over 3 years.
Oh, nice. So you know something about printing then?
Yeah, I was in the binding department where we put the books together. So I know how they do we would do a lot of, depending on the contract, we did Newsweek, we did like Disney Magazine, we did, or catalog, their catalog rather. We did like, special edition. About the only thing superhero we got at our place was like a Miss Magazine anniversary issue, and their first early 70s had Wonder Woman on the cover, and so they kind of did an homage to that, and I've got a copy of that somewhere, or a few, because there for a while we could take samples home, and we did a lot of airline books, the magazines that you get on a flight. We did a lot of like bassing, crappie, usually polybagged with a bunch of subscription things, or maybe one magazine you get free with another one, 2 magazines put together.
Nice. Yep.
On the polybagger. So I kind of know how they seal it up in plastic and everything. It was interesting. It was definitely interesting. 7 days a week, didn't get a day off.
Dang.
I mean, we worked every day. Unless you had enough hours and could opt out. Now, I started doing that toward the end, but it was a long time. I wanted to make the money, and work. Just concentrate on that,
Yep.
Edwin in the house. We got Flip City Christie in the house. Hello. And let's see.
Marcus.
Marcus Killigrew just came in. Yeah, Marcus. Hope you had a good straw stream last night. Andy Smith has a newsprint book option. Yeah, on his campaign, where very limited. I think that's cool for like little, limited type things. And you're right. And we got Tank Ferret popped in too. Yeah. Let's see. What did I do? Pushed the wrong button. And now this is all screwed up. I got to X that off. There we go. Now we're back to normal. Tank Ferret in the house. He's just popping in to smash that like button. Hopefully we're still here after I make some breakfast. Wow, some breakfast, huh? Been up since 7 a.m. Well, I got up shortly before 9. So, and I've been up all day, done some yard work and other things, cooking. Cooked a ham. I ate the ham. It was a small ham. Okay. Made a couple meals,
It's like dinner time here. So I mean, but I made basically breakfast for dinner. I just had like an egg and sausage with cheese sandwich, so.
Breakfast is good any time of the day, I think.
Yeah, it's always a nice change once in a while.
Now you're gonna grill today, aren't you, Shadowhawk?
Yeah, a little bit later. We're doing short ribs tonight.
Nice.
Are those pork or beef?
Pork.
Or kangaroo? Pork? Okay.
Yeah, we usually do the pork. Every once in a while I'll do the beef, but Mama Hawk and the kids prefer the pork ribs.
Yeah, I do too. If I have
I tend to like them a little bit myself, a little better myself.
Nothing
it's
like
easier
a
to cook them well too. So.
Christy says she likes breakfast for dinner nights. Dr. Masque always makes sure to eat before coming on this show, Carrie says.
Talk about food somehow.
Well, we were talking about stuff where she was losing her appetite. Her Omer was yesterday. And,
okay.
Yeah. So she was like, man, I'm never going to get to that food,
I feel like the same girl that likes pineapple on pizza. Come
on. No, it wasn't pineapple on pizza.
No, what was it? It was cream corn.
Cream corn. It was cream corn. You're being very generous. Cream corn prong. There's your seafood for you. Your crustacean.
Oh yeah, prawn. Yeah,
and tuna on a pizza. Woo!
And tuna. Wow, that is a wild pizza.
She's a trooper.
You know what? I would try it, but I don't think I would like it.
I might like it. I like all the ingredients. It's just a matter of how they kind of taste together.
She says it's delish, so who am I to argue?
Timothy in the chat going, ew.
I know it is ew, but curb your enthusiasm. Dr. Masque, do you have Dr. Masque? I was making sausage sandwich with barbecue sauce, and Rex and Shadowhawk and Omer were talking about poop. Yeah,
it doesn't mix.
Now, Dr. Masque, how extensive is your collection
of comics?
Yeah, do you have any foreign comics?
I do have a few.
Yeah,
what is that?
Those are always neat to look at.
Yeah, huh? I have a Batman. It's the Batman movie comic adaptation. It's in French. It's a hardcover. I got Jerry Ordway.
Was that the? Yeah, your character is kind of like that character that turned out to be a woman, I think, in the animated.
Yep.
What was
Masque
the name
of the Phantasm?
Of the Yes, Masque of the Phantasm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember, but it turned out to be a woman under that cloak and mask and everything.
Yeah, and I
don't think
remember
I've seen the animated one of that. It's interesting.
I'm actually looking at an action figure for that character. Right now in my room. I have a Batman room, so I'm sitting in my Batman room right now.
That's Masque of the Red Death, right? Is that
what's that?
The Masque of the Red Death?
Masque of the Phantasm was the Batman movie.
Yeah. Oh, the Batman. Oh.
The animated. Actually, that was early 90s, right? And it was, I actually went to see it at the theater.
Yep, that was a theatrical release. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I always include that in my rankings for Batman movies.
I liked a lot of DC's animated stuff better than their live action, that's for sure.
Especially recently.
Yeah. I try not to be mean.
Yeah, that Masque of the Phantasm, it's probably in my top 3 or 4 movies,
Wow.
For Batman.
That's high praise indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check that out again. I think I have seen it, but I don't remember it very well. So.
I just don't know how they sold the action figures and not reveal that it was a woman,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
interesting. Like a spoiler.
And she wore a corset, a very tight corset. What can you say?
Just push the release date back on that figure. So,
Yeah, right. Second wave.
That's right.
Yeah.
Phantasm's coming. You just got to wait.
Now, you were telling us how extensive your collection is. I can see
of
miles
comics
and miles.
I could actually bring it up. I use that CLZ app, so it should tell me how many I have.
Oh.
So are like these digitally, or these what?
No, these are all real. I don't really do digital. I have some digital, but I don't really do it.
Yeah.
Did you get them all listed in your computer? I've been wanting to do that for a long time.
Yeah. It's like I have not counting ones that I'm like in the process of getting rid of. I have about 6,000.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Now, do you go short box, long box, or how do you preserve yours?
Mostly short box. I do have a few long boxes, but I found
they're hard to move, aren't they?
Yeah, they're cumbersome. So
yeah. I'm in the process of converting over from long boxes to short because I can't. I don't want to carry these things around.
For sure. Yeah, back in the early 90s, it was probably like 93, 4. I was a comic book dealer. And I lived in an apartment, in an upstairs apartment, and I was doing comic shows, so I would have to carry like 20 long boxes or 25 long boxes up and down the stairs, and that was the worst. It was a good time. I didn't really make any money, but it was a good time.
Still fun though.
Now, how much are you into the old pulps?
I haven't really gotten into them. I'm definitely fascinated with them. I do like looking at like the covers, and I just started reading Doc Savage novels. I know the Shadow. I've listened to some of the old Shadow radio shows, but I don't know if I've actually read anything other than maybe some DC comics of the Shadow.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually read any like Shadow stories.
Nice, yeah. They had a pulp. I can't remember the name of it now. At the Plastic City Comic Con where I was, and it had Edgar Allan Poe on the cover with the Raven, and it was graded, and I think they wanted it was almost $500 for it.
Oh wow! Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, it's a little too rich for me.
Further than a 0.5. So we had a drawstream earlier this morning or late last night, whatever you want to call it, and know the colors aren't as vibrant on my camera, but did a GO there, and then
it's an interesting character there.
Zeitgeist there.
I really like that guy.
Yeah. I mean, I depict him differently, every time. Kind of like Bog, he's got different looks, but he's definitely Jack Kirby inspired, where the sort of black lightning bolt goes through his, above and below his eyes. That's, something that's kind of inspired with the way they inked Jack Kirby and how he would do the musculature, and would often have that zigzag, and that definitely inspired the creation of this character. So he's cool. Rock guys are cool. Right now I'm collecting right now, what are you collecting? I'm collecting like Spawn and Herculoids right now.
Me, I think I've settled down to where I basically collect two things, which is Batman. I'm just more focused on Batman comics and Steve Ditko stuff.
They say that's about all that it's that's all that's selling over there. DC. Maybe they've turned that around a little bit, but
yeah, I don't know. I can tell you that
like Absolute Batman.
No,
you're not buying that.
I will say this is what happened to me with, because I was subscribing to Batman and getting it every month since like 1987, 88.
Wow.
And then like 4 years ago is when I started seeing a lot of the crowdfunding stuff, but it might have even been before that. And I had kept buying Batman and Detective and whatever, and I'm like, and I wasn't reading them for like 2 or 3 years. I wasn't reading them. I'm like, well, let me go back and like start reading some of these. And I pulled some of them, and I read like 3 or 4 issues, 5 issues, and I'm like, I'm out. It was so terrible. I'm like, I just got on the phone with my comic guy, and I said, look, just cancel everything. I'm out. So from there, I buy like independent stuff. I buy crowdfunded stuff. I buy old comics, but
right. Yeah.
So Absolute I saw the Absolute Batman. I'm like, nah, it doesn't look like it's for me. So nice.
Marcus,
that's that
drawing. That's that Ditko inspired comic. Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name? Cool. Private Eye. That's a cool looking character too.
Cracker now. Oh, shit.
Yep.
It's a little
Cracker Jack. Gotta love it.
But yeah.
That's interesting. You had a shop like in 83, 84, I think you said.
80 shop. About 87.
87. Okay. So because mine was like 82, 83, right on the beginning of the direct market stuff. So we just hit it just right, to get, I think Dazzler #1 had come out the month before, and we actually back ordered 3 copies of that. I put 2 in the store, probably the Bob Larkin painted cover, I think it was, and Marcus Killigrew, Public Eye. Isn't that in John Longbox's? Isn't that one of his characters, the Public Eye?
Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I'll eventually remember the name.
The Eye, and then there's a villain in Marvel comic books called the Orb.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he was in a couple of Ghost Rider issues back in the day.
Ghost Rider, yep.
Yeah, as soon as I saw the Public Eye, I'm like, that's a Ditko character right there.
Yeah, I like the name too. It's got a nice feel to it.
And why are you kind of drawn to the Ditko stuff?
I don't know. I mean, I think when I was younger and stuff, I read a lot of the like reprinted Spider-Man stuff, but mostly when I got into the horror and like all the Charlton stuff he did and the independent stuff he did and all that kind of stuff. And then he eventually did that one for Defiant. I don't know. I love the way he draws things. I love the eeriness of the horror that he does. The fact that he's, his hands look like nobody else's hands,
Right. Yeah. Does a comic book pep you up when you like get it in your hands and start to read it? And how often do you read Dr. Masque?
Not as often as I would like, but
yeah. And that
I did have a stack at my next to my bed, and so I'd read what I could before I fell asleep. At least I was doing that every night. But making your own book cuts into your reading time too. So
sure does, yeah. And having a pet does. Speaking of which, I need to go get my pet. She's outside, so I'll be right back. Shadowhawk, continue on, please.
Yes, sir. I'm back. It seems that the girls are done with the power washer for a few minutes, so hopefully we're not hearing that noise anymore. My girls are going nuts with this power washer. They decided they were going to do the front deck today, and
nice.
Of course, they started right at about the same time we started the show. So.
But you can't complain because they're doing something, something good.
Yeah, that alone, especially my youngest. She don't like to do nothing, but she's enjoying playing with the power washer. I'm like, hey, more power to you. Here you go.
Yeah, that's cool.
Clean stuff up.
They can come and do my deck.
Question for you: do you think this would be bad for my oldest daughter? Called me up out of the blue today, and I haven't drawn anything serious in 20 years or so. And she wants me to draw her up a tattoo of a wisteria tree. It's kind of like a weeping willow, but with like cherry blossom flowers, I guess.
Okay. Yep.
And she's made me promise that I'm going to draw it for her because it's important to her because it's going to be a tattoo, so it's going to be forever. First of all, I don't like the idea of you getting more tattoos, but whatever. You're a grown adult. You can do whatever you like. But I was thinking about farming it out, and I hired an artist. She'd never forgive me, though.
Right. Yeah, I think that's part of the reason she wants you to do it is because she wants it to be something of you,
Yeah, I get it. It was just like that was my first instinct was like, okay, I'll just tell her I'll do it, and I'll hire one of my buddies.
You're afraid your tree is gonna suck, is that it?
yeah, dude. I want her to get tattooed with something that's she thinks is beautiful, and it comes out just everybody's like, what is that supposed to be? That's not happy. Well, I guess she turns 42 next year, so yeah, she's a grown woman. She can do what she likes.
Yeah.
Here's one of my favorite Steve Ditko. Fantastic Giants with Gorgo and Conga, which he both Conga that he and he kind of did a
that one a week or
there
so ago.
You did what?
I said I posted that one a week or so ago. That was one of my covers of the day.
Well, yeah, I'm getting these off your ex, so
okay.
But you have good taste,
Yeah.
What can I say?
I sent Rex a Gorgo. What was that, last year, Rex, when I sent you Gorgo?
Oh yeah, the figure.
Scale figure, the little action figure guy.
Yeah. I mean, with the little planes and everything, it's diving
That's
bell.
cool.
Just yeah. I mean, I didn't appreciate Ditko and what he was doing. I was a sucker for like George Perez artwork because his artwork kind of got me into comics, and he would do the covers to these Legion of Superheroes after he went over to DC, right? And but the inside would be Ditko, and which I mean, I was like, okay, but I love this cover, and
Yep.
and the stories were good. I did like the Legion. Yeah, I mean, you appreciate. I mean, I would say I would see something like a Jack Kirby cover and go, why doesn't George Perez do the cover? I want to see him do a cover, And
why doesn't he do everything, right?
Yeah.
I
mean,
pretty quick.
As a kid, I didn't care for Kirby's art all that much either. Now that I'm older, I can appreciate it a lot more.
Oh, you're a Dick Garagano fan, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Giordano's good.
I wish I could have met him, but I never got a chance to.
Yeah, he was the one that I don't think I got to meet, but well, I might have. It's I'd have to look back in my little, things that they hand out. I might have actually got to see him. I don't know about. There's so many people that used to come to the conventions, and it was the largest one up there in Chicago. Now it's out in San Diego, the largest. But I might have got to Mark. I don't remember though. I know his face, so I don't think I did. But I did meet some greats and some great up and comers that are now legends. But Mike Walters in the house. There's a legend. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Or he wishes. Yeah, Dick Garagano, he was like over like the superhero, like the Question, and Ditko was working. I mean, when it comes to Ditko probably did more work for Charlton than he did Marvel or DC.
Yeah.
Or anybody else.
Yeah, he just wanted he wanted to be left alone, so he took a pay cut and went and worked for Charlton.
Yeah.
And they said, do whatever you want.
He kind of, some of his earliest stuff in the 50s, Now I see you posting a lot of Golden Age comics. Now, do you have everything from like some Golden Age to Silver Age to Bronze Age in your collection? Do you have any Golden Age?
It's funny, the Golden Age stuff started for me probably within the last 10 years, and I don't.
Okay.
The only Golden Age I really have, I have maybe some odds and ends, but the only ones I really have are Batman, just from collecting Batman.
Okay.
So
well, that's not too bad.
No, I've got some good ones, but and now once in a while I'll pick something up. If it's not too expensive, it's not going to be in the best shape, but I do love looking at them and just some of the artists, that, like you said, up and coming artists and
when I went up in 85, I said that was one thing I wanted to do. I said I want to get some original art, and I want to get anything Ninja Turtles, because that was big, and I knew it was up and coming and getting hotter and hotter, and I started with issue 2. So I got on the ground floor almost, but nice. I want to get some Golden Age books, and I got like Lee Gleason's 50s Daredevil, which maybe the issues that didn't have Daredevil, but the Wise Guy Kids or whatever, that was kind of like his, in the book with him early on and kind of took over the book. But you could get those things, and he might have been like on the cover and that was it, like a little blurb or whatever, a little pose on there somewhere, or maybe even a headshot. But you could get those for like $5. I even at that time I was like, wow, you can get something this old for like $5, which then it was only like 20 years old, if you think about it.
Right. Yeah.
So that wasn't too old, really. But to me, that was like, gosh, this is golden age. Wow, $5. These are mine. And you couldn't get them all because they had a bunch of them, but I got a few anyway. So I kind of scratched that itch, got some golden age. Got some young men comics, which, I actually looked in the price guide and said, this is the book I want, either this or this. And I went around asking, do you have any young men comics? And one dealer had 4, and they were like in very fine condition. I mean, really nice for that, But then again, that was 20 years ago. It was a little over 20 years ago, a little over 20 years at that point. So they're really not too old, but
what drew you to that title?
Well, I mean, I think starting with issue 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, there were only 5, and they had Submariner.
Okay.
They had Captain America and Bucky, and they had Human Torch and Toro.
Okay.
So that was like the 3 stories in those 5 issues. And I found 4 of them that first year. And then the next year I got the very first one, 24. There were 3 dealers that had all 24. And I just picked the best copy out of all 3 because they were all the same price at like $50 a piece. Now they're worth about, in that condition, over $1,000.
Wow.
That's 40 years ago,
It's nuts.
Yeah. But so things can really, I mean, I bought the John Byrne heads that you see up in the Ditko box.
Yep.
I bought that page of artwork of just the Avenger heads for $60. Sadly, I don't have it in, criminally low, Oh, have you tried Eclipse Comics? It's only 15 issues, but are you aware of Aztec Ace? I think you would like Aztec Ace, Dr. Masque.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I actually have some Aztec Ace. It's in my to read pile. So, but I don't think I have the complete run. I think I have like 3 or 4 issues. I think
they compiled it, and there was actually a crowdfunder, and I don't know what happened to it. I've seen it on eBay, and I'm like, what? I mean, I backed that, and I never got anything, and it was kind of pending there for a while. So I don't know that anybody got anything out of that. And I thought, man, this is just like a compilation of 15 issues put together. Sadly, I don't have all mine, but I bought one of the original pages, I think from issue 3. And just highly detailed work by Gene Day, I think it was.
Yep.
And sadly, that went missing with the, my fire. That
sucks.
I picked up one at an auction. My friend had to remind me of this. The artist on Devil Flyer for this issue, John. He said, "Yeah, you picked up." He was asking me what issue it was. It was from DC Comics Presents page by Jim Starlin. I picked that up on auction for $5. Very early 80s, I picked up like 3 issues of that ISIS run. I think from all the same issue, but I picked those up at $5 a page. So,
wow, that's insane, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That stuff wasn't valued like it. It wasn't even really kept till the early 80s.
Yeah, in the 90s when I started the comic, it was just before, it was probably like 88 or 89. I went to my first real comic convention, and I got my first convention sketch. And then from there, I started buying sketchbooks, and taking them to shows and getting. So that was the focus of my art, was getting people to do sketches for me. I passed up on a lot of artwork that was not expensive at the time, I'm like, $110, that's ridiculous, So, and the same page is probably thousands now,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but I do have some nice sketches
with original art once I started collecting again in 2018, and now my whole living room is plastered with stuff I've gotten from the auctions and different campaigns. And it's like wallpaper in here now.
Yeah. My wife hates me buying artwork because she's like, you don't display it. I mean, I can only display just so much.
Well, here's some nice artwork of Dr.
There
Masque.
you go.
Who did
Very
this
cool.
piece?
That's Christian Rossi as well. So the book has 2 sequential pages. The first page, which is a prologue, and the last page, which is an epilogue. So Christian did both of those. He just did another nice piece for me too, but
you see the raven sitting there by his uplifted hand, don't you, Shadow?
Oh yeah,
that's
I
his
gotta blow
friend.
it up a little bit. There he is. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's his friend Thule.
So we should go over the rules. Thule has to be in there, right, on the art contest. What are the rules again?
I think I said Dr. Masque has to be there. Thule doesn't have to be there, but you can add him to it. So
okay. Well, let me read exactly, since you don't remember. Artwork must be Gothic horror inspired and include Dr. Masque and or his colleague Thule.
Okay.
Raven. Hey. So it could be like the Raven, leave
so
Dr. Masque totally out of it. Yeah, they do not have to be the main focus of the piece, but must they be present? Okay. Can be black and white or color, nothing too violent, no AI art, no nudity. There could be some salaciousness, right? I mean, but no nudity.
Definitely be sexy, yes.
Artwork must be at least 300 DPI resolution. Submit to Dr. Masque at drmasqueretro.com and or Twitter, Instagram using Besprinkled, hashtag Besprinkled with Scarlet, or tag me in your post. Art contest entries must be submitted by Monday, September 22nd. And I think you're extending that, or you might, or
we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Since the campaign kind of got moved out, I might extend it for a couple more weeks.
Okay.
And the standard running joke around here, Dr. Masque, is thank you for including me in your book.
Okay. Anytime.
I bought the cover of Iron Man 148 by Bob Layton for $45 at a con in 81. Wow. Do you still have it though, Marcus? That's the thing,
Dang.
Yeah, it's wild what, there really wasn't a lot of artwork. One guy had, a pile of artwork, and then there were some others. I know this might have been the second year. I can't remember if it was the first. I think it was the second year. Steve Lytle was there, and he had a bunch of, I never realized he did so much Teen Titans stuff. He had a lot of stuff. I bought a very, something that Omer would really like. I mean, cantaloupes here, for breast, for Starfire. He had the way he drew him. They were all sexy pages. It was, he had a whole box full of his work, and I bought one of the Teen Titans pages. I don't even know to what issue, but it's cool stuff, But there wasn't a lot to really choose from. One dealer had most of what I looked at, and what I bought out of, which was like that Aztec Ace page, that Burn Avengers page. I had to have that, of course.
Yeah, I could kick myself for you only regret the stuff you don't buy, I feel like.
Yeah, it's hindsight, right?
Yeah.
So you probably read like Capital Comics, maybe, because they didn't do much, but like Pacific Comics. I love Pacific Comics because they had the coloring, and they had like Bernie Wrightson, reprinted in comic book form, and had other creators, like Eldrick, P. Craig Russell, and other focuses on things, put in prestige format and of earlier works. They were kind of reprints, but it was repackaged where it's like to a larger audience, I thought, at that time, for the direct market. And then Eclipse was really good.
Yeah. Yep.
First Comics. It looks like that you might like Grimjack, the early Grimjack,
yeah, that's it. I have a few issues of that I haven't read. I think I read the whole run of Twisted Tales, the whole run of what was the Eclipse? The Eclipse version of that was
like that weird alien.
Yeah.
Sci-fi
That was
type.
another one. Yeah, there was
They had wonderful painted covers,
Yep.
which I think needs to come back. Alien Encounters was one of them.
Yep. That was a great one. Yep. Yeah, and some of
Was
those.
did you say that was them that did the Elric Side of Rex? Did they run that one?
Yeah, early. I'd say mid 50s, about
I must have
85
gotten.
maybe.
They had another run later on, like early '90s, where they did an Elric series. I forget who was putting that one out.
Yeah, Timothy Truman Scout. Yeah,
Truman was.
I
He did a lot of great
collected a few of those, but I never really read it like I did. Nope, I sold it for $4,200 on eBay in the mid 2000s.
Wow, that's not a bad profit.
Yeah, from $45 to $4,200. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice investment.
No regrets.
You could at least find a black and white comic, with that. Now tomorrow, Bronze Star 2 launches.
Ooh, all right.
Or is it October 1st? It's October 1st.
I like the first one. Very nice.
Yeah, the first one was good. Yeah.
Pat Broderick. So it's October 1st. I'm sorry. It's not going to be October tomorrow. But we're getting closer.
September. Yes.
Yeah. I have a nice Ragman sketch by Pat Broderick.
Oh, very cool.
I found out he hated. I don't know if anybody read that miniseries that Pat Broderick did in. I don't even know. Was it the 90s? Of Ragman. It was like a 6-issue miniseries. I found out.
Oh, I might have seen a few of those.
He hated it. He hated drawing it because.
Was that Joe Kubert, Ragman?
He did the original, but Pat Broderick drew a 6-issue miniseries. Yeah, in the 90s, I think it was. And and I always liked that series. And he said he hated drawing it because he had to do everything in this 6-grid panel. So like he would do like a whole page of one picture, but it would have to be within that 6-grid panel or 9-grid panel. Sorry. Yeah, 9-grid.
Oh, wow. That's weird.
Tell us about this, Dr. Masque.
That's the symbol that Dr. Masque has on his tunic there. I initially created something similar to this, and then Luke Stone took it and made it what it is, and he just blew my mind when I saw it. So what it means, stay tuned. But
now, was that kind of inspired by Ditko's Doctor Strange? Because he's kind of got something on his tunic like that.
It was not
Agamotto or something. And here's Dr. Masque's house, right?
Yep. That's Christian Rossi as well. That's before the color. Before the letter.
And this was the piece when I asked you a couple months ago, I said, do you have a comic book in the works? And you're like, could be. So cool.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah,
and who's the artwork on this one?
That's Elliot Rodriguez. And Dave Kemp did the colors on that one as well.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I'm digging Elliot's stuff, man. He's really
good. I mean, I was lucky enough to get him because like right after this, he's like, look, guys, I'm not doing anything else except for my own book now. So
yeah, perfect.
Oh wow.
So, yeah.
You were fortunate, weren't you?
Yep. But
I'm waiting.
Yeah. I was just thinking. No, so I said I had a lot of people helping me with the book, and one guy, when this whole thing started, and I can show you this piece of artwork if you want, but one of the things I wanted, I'm like, okay, the way the book is going to be laid out, it's going to be text on one page and an illustration on the other page, opposite each other.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't want to just be text and a picture because I want some kind of a framing around it to make it look like, make it look nice. And that's cool. And I had such a hard time finding somebody that understood what I wanted And then I finally found somebody that's like, oh yeah, I can do that. But they were like, it's going to take me forever. He goes, just go to this guy and get it done. And that was Jim Whitting, who he's a graphic designer. He also has his own comic called Marge. But he's done a lot of collections for like horror collections for Fanico. And he'll take like the old black and white magazines and like clean up the files and everything, and then make a nice edition out of it. So, but
are you a Lovecraftian, fan?
I would say I only recently started getting into Lovecraft. It's probably in the last 10 years. Yeah, probably.
Okay.
So I've listened to a lot of it on audiobook. But yeah, it's some cool stuff too.
Yeah, there's a lot of it out there on audiobook now too, which is nice.
Yeah. And let's what was I gonna say? He I don't want to say he'll make an appearance in the book, but something in the book is inspired by him. So, but there's quite a few Easter eggs and stuff in the book. So
it's cool to put the little Easter eggs in there. Whether people get it or they don't. It's,
right? Yeah, it's interesting to see who gets it.
Yeah, at least it's there.
But then other people might see stuff that you didn't intend to, and you're like, "Well, that's cool too."
Now, Luke Stone did your logo for you, did he not?
Yep, he did that one as well. Yep.
Yeah.
He also did a Dr. Masque one.
It is going to be over there on Fund My Comic. Is that right?
For sure. Yeah.
And what was your, thinking behind that?
I prefer it just because, Luke's a good guy. And they don't, censor anybody, they do have certain rules. Like they're not going to, but they don't want any nudity on their their campaigns. So you can't see that in the campaign itself. But other than that, they're like, as long as it's not something, they're not going to, as Mike Barron says, some purple haired freak says something about you, then he's not going to kick you off their platform, So, but there's a number of things like I'm annoyed with Indiegogo right now too, because they locked out my account. I've sent numerous emails. I've tagged them in posts, and I get nothing. So I'm like, I guess they don't want my money anymore, which sucks because you have creators on there that you support. So I don't even, I'm not even sure of all the books that I have still outstanding and come from Indiegogo. So.
Yeah,
but I once the Fund My Comic, once that gets, to where I hope it'll be, then I might do a quick Kickstarter one.
Yeah.
So
I'd see more people migrating and doing some Kickstarters where a few years ago it was considered taboo, for
they're the ones that took down that Private American, the Mike Barron book. They took it down because somebody wrote some article about Mike Barron. So even though it wasn't true.
Often they don't even look into that, to see if it's true.
Yeah, they've done it. That's why I don't back on Kickstarter, because they've let clone campaigns just run, and they have to know that it's not the original person who submitted the campaign, and suddenly got two campaigns. So one of them,
maybe they don't, but as soon as you raise an eyebrow about it, they should be looking into it, or at least suspending it, right?
You have to beg them to actually do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pete Cimetti had a problem with that with King Cryptid. There was some bogus campaign on Kickstarter for it.
Oh wow, I didn't know it. Yeah, yeah.
He had to fight with them for weeks.
Vinny Cardamella had that problem with the was that Shadow of the Kraken? I think his last one was called.
Yeah, and the Diaz brothers had their, or Tardamelli, right?
Yeah, Vinny Cardamella.
Yeah, had difficulty. So
yeah, and they had a hard time getting it brought down, even proving that it was his campaign and everything. It's like, good Lord.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We were real fortunate that they could look into that and get that taken care of.
Well, I think it took who was it? Brian Crisco that stepped in because he's like a fraud investigator, and he had to like send them an official letter before they did anything.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane, dude. Like, holy crap.
So do you want to see that piece of artwork?
Oh yeah, you got a couple pieces, I think, from the book, or you got also some box of comics that you want to show too, don't you?
Oh yeah, if you want to do that, yep.
Bet.
Hopefully, let me just.
So again, before we get into this, your book is launching. Is that tentative right now? Exactly.
Tentatively November 1st. So.
Okay. Well, that'll be the day before my birthday. So if you did it on November 2nd, that's Steve Ditko's birthday and my birthday and my dog's birthday. So,
well, I might have to change it then.
You might have to change it to November 2nd on my birthday. Yeah. And where are you going to be launching? Do you know?
Fund My Comic to start.
Well, I mean, on what channel, or you got somebody?
I'm still working out the details on that.
Okay.
So we'll see. Let's see.
And of course, we want to have you back on after it launches, or if you want to come on in between now and then, again, we always love to talk comics with you, and especially if you show us some goodies, grease the palm, as it were.
First time anybody's seen this, so this is hopefully I'll butcher his name.
There we go. I'll get it up there in a minute. There we go.
Preston Acevedo.
Oh yeah, I love Preston's stuff.
Yeah, he's amazing.
That's cool.
This is what the interiors will look like. So, and
so he wrote this in 1850. I take it.
Yep. And this is
one of his earlier works.
I have to say, I'm not great with dates. So,
okay.
Yeah.
But it's a recent one for me. I probably read this for the first time maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. And it's hilarious, and like when you think about Poe, you don't think about hilarious, but
right.
But yeah,
are you doing your own layout here, like your 2-page layout? Are you doing this with the blood splatter and the overlays and whatnot?
That's Jim Whitting, who I was talking about earlier. He's a graphic designer.
Okay.
He did an awesome job tying everything together.
Mm-hmm.
But then Dave did all the reds all throughout the book. Dave Kemp. So.
Wasn't Indiegogo just bought by a gaming company? I'm not sure. Have you heard anything, Shadowhunt?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Indiegogo bought by a gaming company. Is that?
I don't know. I hope I don't have any trouble with my. I got over 400 backings on that damn thing. I don't know how many I'm still waiting on.
Yeah, I know General Piggy posted something, and him, me, and at least one other person are having the same issue.
I know, Rex, you said you lost about a half of your list, right? Wasn't that a year or so ago?
Yeah, like a whole year worth of that's been over a year. And I think it's it's definitely affected, because I had one creator say, "Well, I would like proof of what you're telling me that you back my book," and I'm like, "Well, I can't get that for you because they're not showing my whole history." And
That's the
damn.
worst.
Yeah, that sucks.
so subsequently, it's like I'm not promoting his second book. I'm not, if you can't, what's it going to cost you one book? I mean, you got to have a record of it somewhere. I think I told him the exact date, because I wrote it down too, but I just didn't have it, And then for some reason, it wasn't like under the couple of emails. It's not like I've got a bunch of email accounts out there. I don't know. And then I didn't get some of Ethan's stuff. I didn't get my Salamandroid, or I think the Jim Lee covers. I got both Jim Lee covers, but I didn't get them. So,
Dang.
and then there's the whole Pineapple Perception thing. If he ever comes out with that, I'm just like, do I have proof that I've backed like 4 or 5 times?
Oh shit!
To about $400
that's the
worth.
worst.
So
Fund my comic.
yeah. I'm encouraged that there's now you posted this one. I had not seen this one, Dr. Masque.
No, this is the first time anybody's seen it.
Yeah, on that. But now you had posted this book here that I just thought was cool, with the shadow and then the creepy face in the mirror. And
her face really isn't drawn that well, but everything else is so good,
Yeah, it's definitely got that off-brand EC vibe, and then this is 1952, so it's pre-code book. Something that they would have kind of complained about, this is going to warp young minds,
I'm sure.
Crime, But
there was way worse.
I love the different layers, the reflection, the shadow, even over the logo. It's it's a banger for a Golden Age book,
Yeah.
One of the best covers I've seen. Now, I don't really mind that, didn't do the face that well, because I've known women like that. So, maybe I revealed too much there. I don't know.
that piece that Preston did, though, is going to be part of the campaign. So somebody is looking to purchase that.
Sweet.
Most of the artwork I have, but
now what do people win if they win your contest?
The art contest, they'll get their piece will be in the inside back cover, and
okay.
And I'll send you a copy of the book. And whatever other stretch goals or whatever we get to.
That's sweet. Yeah. I saw today where Superman and Batman, they gave the exact years of when they become public domain.
Yep. Not too far.
Not too far in the early 2030, about mid 2030s, I suppose, depending on the years they came out, I suppose. But not that far off. And then, of course, there'll be some restrictions, right? On what you can use, but the old Clark Kent with the little swirl of hair and stuff will probably be the version. And man, people are gonna, the good thing about that is, it's probably gonna happen. It's got to happen. So in our lifetime, so you could actually be doing your project now and have several issues, like a whole year of celebration, just ready. The moment it drops and becomes public domain, you could release your stuff,
Because somebody did that with Steamboat Willie. They had it all set to go, and then once the clock ran out, they did a campaign for a digital version, which I have. I can't remember the name of it. But I thought you were going to say, what's going to happen? Somebody will do a Superman horror movie. That just seems like what always happens.
Yeah, they did that with Winnie the Pooh. They did that with
Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat Willie. Yeah. It seems like they're going the
they
horror
did
route.
a Superman horror movie already a couple of years back with that Brightburn movie. I don't know if you saw that or not.
No.
Yeah, it's basically the story of Superman, but the kid grows up evil. He finds his spaceship, and it influences him to basically conquer the Earth.
Oh,
Now,
wow.
I would be remiss if I did an episode that I didn't mention Gunsmoke in. This, I had actually watched on another set, and I haven't been watching any TV, so I started watching season 5, and I'm going to watch season 6 and 7 because I watched those on the sets that I had already had, and I kind of skipped over them. But to make sure the discs are good, I'm going to go back and watch them, with the whole set that I bought. But this is news that I just learned today. This sad news looks like he passed away in January, but it was announced recently. Rex Holman, the actor Rex Holman, that was in Star Trek and Star Trek 5. He was in the original Star Trek, and he played Morgan Earp in Inspector of the Gun.
Oh, okay. Yep.
But he was in a lot of Gunsmoke. He was in a lot of episodes of Gunsmoke. Rex Holman did a great job as Morgan Earp in Inspector of the Gun, and John in Star Trek 5, 2 very different characters, both played to perfection. Rest in peace. So
that's a bummer.
Apparently he passed away in January, but they just announced it. He is back in the day.
Such a great look.
He was the protagonist. He was the guy that shot down Chekhov. And actually that was the actor's favorite episode because he kind of got the girl in that one and had a big part in that Inspector of the Gun episode, which was basically shoot out at the OK kind of corral,
Right. I never realized that was the same guy that did both of those roles.
Yeah, what a little bit of makeup will do, right?
Yeah,
pretty well.
But he did a bunch of stuff for westerns and things like that. He played
he definitely has
many bad guys. And today marks in 2004, James Doohan received his well-deserved star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Now, of course, he played Scotty in the original series.
Tried sticking a warning in the leap jibe. I fucked that one up.
I don't see William Shatner there, but you do have Sulu and Chekhov back there, and they're still living along with William Shatner.
Sulu became incredibly gay.
Well, yeah, he had been incredibly gay for a while. Which is pretty wild because he broke away and he did a John Wayne movie, The Green Berets.
Yep.
Back in the 60s.
I just always remember him in that Twilight Zone episode with the
I've mentioned.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is that the one where he has the full and going through?
Yeah.
Or is that another episode?
It just kind of possesses him or whatever.
Winnie the Pooh, Minnie Mouse, and the Grinch all have horror movies.
Yeah. I saw the Winnie the Pooh one. It's not very good.
Cannot do it, Captain.
Cannot do it. You gotta take the strain.
Yeah. And often he did blow up. He did blow up the engines.
Yeah.
Well, Shadowhawk, Shadowhawk usually comes in here, and I've got a visual reference for this every day like this. But he's in a pretty good mood today. But usually he comes in about like this. He's like, I'll take a wait and see on that one.
My normal stoic self.
Right. Yeah. Stoicism. Do you like what Brian Ball is doing with Wolf and Batsy? Because it seems like that this would be right up your alley.
Oh, yeah, I love Wolf and Batsy.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Brian's a good dude, and he may or may not have done a piece for this book.
You can neither deny nor confirm, eh? Okay.
He could tell you
I
that
see
he's
how
been
you
an
are.
advocate.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's got an amazing amount of Wolf and Betsy stuff, like just stashed away. Amazing.
Yep. He's been working on it forever. And
oh yeah, I had no idea, man. The first time he I think that we had him on here, Rex, and he was showing us like a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah,
damn.
Brian Ball.
I mean, he's got enough for a couple of omnibuses right out of the.
And I knew that before we had him on here that he had talked about that, when he was still at Alterna, and he was showing all this stuff, and I said, "Crap, he's got like 20 years worth of work. He's got a couple of omnibuses there,
That's
if they're not all."
He's got a ton of backlog and stuff that he could just
and now he can
clean up and.
Yep. Now he can just sit back
or do remaster. Yeah, he's actually
or do artist editions or something. I mean, you can clean up on some of that stuff.
Have you ever seen the world's first motorcycle? I have not. From 1885, guys, the very first motorcycle ever invented.
Jeez.
They just strapped a big old motor onto a bike.
It looks like it's got training wheels on as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. I wonder how fast it went.
Probably like 15, 20 miles an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk about
a little steam whistle on there.
Steamboat Willie there. Yeah. All right, Dr. Myers, this is your time to shine. You got that. You got those magazines all ready, polished up, and ready to show.
Let me see. How do I do this? How do I
share screen? I guess.
Oh, I could just turn my camera on, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Let me see.
Where do you connect the horse?
Oh, Miss Tree. Yeah.
Spare tire.
This is a bunch of stuff that this is in my to read box. But
okay, so this is Eclipse Comics, I think. I actually met the writer of Mystery.
Oh, Max Allen Collins, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is like a collected edition from 80. What is it? 84, 85.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But anybody that hasn't read Mystery should. Here's one of those collections I was talking about that Jim Whitting does. Cool. So this is volume 1. They took like the first 4 issues of the black and white magazine and then just made a nice collection of it. Cleaned up all the artwork and everything.
Well, now that's not this, is it? This is similar.
Weird Vampire. Yeah, it's similar. It could. I wonder if it's the same company.
I'm not sure who published this without opening it up. Maybe Curtis, maybe not. Usually
it's Erie Curtis. Publications.
Erie.
Oh wow.
He also did this one, which is the complete Creatures in a hardcover. They only made 4 issues, but this is all of it.
That's nice. Yeah.
Oh,
the demon on the cover.
And in the back, you get make your own mask.
All you got to do is cut the back cover.
Yeah. I took a scan of it and cut one out.
Oh, very cool.
But yeah, you can see the type of magazine it is.
Yeah.
Your typical monster magazine.
And black and white too. Not a lot of color stuff.
No.
Oh, that's classic there. Oh.
Green.
What's the little monster guy off to the right? What is that?
Oh, this is something I just picked up. I don't know if you can see it. This is it's a Robin. It's hard to see, but
Robin. You sure he doesn't have a little brick like work on him?
Here's the Batman.
Oh,
Oh,
These are from Japan from the late
60s?
70s.
Yeah, late 70s. Okay.
I picked these up at the Plastic City Comic Con along with these.
Probably vending machine released, right?
Yeah, I think they were packaged with candy.
Oh,
So you
okay.
get candy and you get a little figure with it. But here's
that's pretty neat.
I don't know if you've seen these.
Ooh.
These are, I think they're called Metcos, but they're basically their trading cards from Japan. And these are from the 60s when they had the license to do Batman over there.
So they're kind of like counterfeit, and that's Captain Action there, isn't it? And Batman.
You'd be surprised who you see in these.
Got the bat signal behind. That's pretty well.
Well, those are really neat.
And then they had some bigger ones too.
Did they come like in bubble gum or something? It looks like the size of an old stick.
Yeah, they're like tobacco cards.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. Green gloves.
Yeah. Check this one out. This one's really crazy.
Oh, wow.
Green with a red cowl. All right.
They kind of look like coaster set, doesn't it?
Yeah, they do.
That's freaking awesome. Oh, wow. Got the green gloves back.
He had a really nice one that was basically came out of a box. It was like mint condition. He wanted $50 for it. I'm like, it's not too much for me. But
80-page giant. Very nice.
Very cool.
I don't know who did that cover.
That's a nice shape.
Novak, maybe.
Yeah, it is.
I got a few high-end ones up first because I bought these not that long ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's some old school Batman there.
Number 32.
Oh, 32.
Ooh.
This is my oldest one. Number 17.
Wow, nice black cover. Number 17. Wow, nice patriotic cover.
Riding the bald eagle.
Keep
America flying with war bonds.
There's a local guy that I get comics from, and he's almost made it so I don't want to go to comic conventions because I feel like I'm always going to get a better deal from him.
Yeah. He'll hit you up when something comes in.
Yep.
You know, it's interesting with World Finest. It seems like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the print run or what. It just seems like, when it comes to World's Finest, you can find some very nice condition World's Finest, where a lot of titles you can't. I don't know why that is, but it's been my experience. So does that reprint stories from number 1, 2, 3, and 4?
Which one? World's Finest or
this one? This Batman.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, it just says number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. I was wondering.
I think that's just the
stories.
The stories, yeah.
Okay.
This is number 19. You can see it's got an issue.
Yeah, but who cares?
But,
I mean, doesn't affect
I didn't,
the story.
obviously.
Yeah. That might be a little rat chew, but who cares?
It was a tasty issue.
Yeah, both DC and Marvel were reprinting. Elsie showed some Marvel reprints from like mid-60s. These are like these 80-pagers are from the Silver Age too, like the mid-60s. So they were both reprinting some of their older stuff. Of course, DC had much more older stuff. Yeah, isn't that amazing how thick that giant book is?
It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's about the size of a pulp magazine.
Yeah.
Oh, that had Droopy Dog in there, I think.
Yeah, like I said, the guy I buy these from, like this stuff he can't sell. So I mean, I think I spent $2 or $3 on this one, And
that one's got a subscription crease. right down the middle.
It's got a lot of. It looks like it's got a number, but yeah, I do see that. Yeah, but that square bound spine tends to roll up.
Yeah, but now you can press that out.
Oh, old Machine Man.
There's a Steve Ditko cover and interior. I'm trying to collect all those Machine Man Ditkos.
I really like the Barry Windsor Smith's Machine Man too.
Oh, I've not seen this one from Innovation. That's cool. The Maze Agency Annual #1.
If you've not read the Maze Agency, I highly recommend reading the Maze Agency.
Okay.
I think
and if you have a lady friend that likes comics, I highly recommend they read the Maze Agency.
Okay.
Because it's, I mean, not to typecast ladies, but there's a lot of romance in it.
Oh, there's a Steve Ditko cover.
Yeah, there we are.
See, I have such a hard time
horror comics.
He did some great horror covers.
Yeah, he did.
I'll tell you another artist. I'm sure you're aware of this, Dr. Masque. Back in the 50s, Don Heck did a lot of great horror covers.
Yeah.
I was just, messing around with that Rock Imagine, and I took that werewolf cover he did and ran it through that. It was pretty cool.
Oh,
it didn't do a lot, but it just kind of had him drooling blood.
Chamber of Darkness, I think at least the first issue had some Jim Steranko artwork, early Jim Steranko.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's in this one, but I see this is the type of thing he does. He's like, well, there's a center staple detached, so it's only $1.50 for it.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's worth that.
So
here I am about to burst your bubble, Masque. I'm a lady and can't stand romance. I want action, horror, or something that will keep me on the edge of my seat.
Okay. Well, if you like horror, you'll like my book.
Carrie Stark.
Oh,
we love her.
Josie.
Yeah.
Hard to getting a glare.
Do you collect a lot of that Archie, type?
I do. I like the old stuff.
Mm-hmm. I started collecting it when somebody offered like these giants like that one for like $1 a piece, and they were in great shape. So,
yeah.
And then I bought
like I have a long box full of this kind of stuff.
Really? Yeah, and you can't hardly give it away, but like well,
I know somebody likes it. I might just ship them out to Dr. Masque. But...
well, this stuff is kind of coming in vogue for some people. It's actually acquiring some value. Of course, Archie goes back to the late 30s in Pep Comic. One of the oldest, longest running characters out there.
That's crazy, isn't it? It's been around that long.
There only seems to be certain issues that are really valuable, like the first appearance of characters. But
right, well, that's with any comic, and that's why with my Momentum comics, I say every issue is going to have a first appearance of something.
There you go.
Because that's retaining the value of collectability in every issue. And I've got enough characters, I can do that for a while. And then there's kind of like the Baxter building or like the Pogo plane, something like that. You introduce something new like that. It's not necessarily a character.
Yep. This is a cool thing too about looking at the Archies is you're seeing what the times were when this came out.
Exactly. The culture. Yeah.
Yep, the culture, the clothing, all that. I mean, she's got
a good question for you, Mark. Have you started a sign up yet for the project?
Yeah, that's what that link should be.
That was
okay. I don't think Carrie saw the link.
Maybe all the way up to the top. I mean, I've got it up there. Here we go.
Oh, you got it pinned at the top? Okay.
It's right there. It's like the third comment, Carrie, if you'll just scroll up.
And if you follow me on X or Instagram, I also have it on there.
I'll have to make sure I'm signed up here after the show as well. If I try to do it now, I'll probably end up kicking myself.
Oh, now there's an Atlas comic, and they didn't make very many of these. Do you know how many issues of Blazing Battle Tales?
I don't.
Huh?
I don't.
Okay. Some of the titles got 4 issues maximum. Some only got 1.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Some were never released. You know. But I highly recommend trying to collect all the Atlas stuff because it, you know, there's not very much of it, and you can get some good artists like Pat Broderick, Neil Adams, Steve Ditko. Yeah.
First appearance of the Outsider.
Origin of the Outsider revealed to be Alfred. Yeah, that was a big build-up after his death and resurrection. Yeah, they had killed off Alfred. I watched on YouTube. I watched a documentary on that. You know, the ins and outs of. Now this here is a key issue. This is the debut of Batman with the new costume and new direction for him, and he also started carrying a pistol, I believe.
Yeah. See, I spent 60 on this one. So
well, that's probably a good price for that condition because I actually looked this book up recently trying to get one, and you're going to pay for this issue, if it's not a reprint.
I have to say, I hardly ever even look at prices. I just go there, and if he has it, I just buy it because usually it's cheaper than every place else.
Yeah. Nice Jack Kirby cover here. I've got this particular one, but I think yours is a little bit nicer. 1966 on this.
Those Kirby fingers all over the place.
With no fingernails.
Yeah. No fingernails. Wow.
They're all plastic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at this. Here's one that Elsie showed yesterday.
Okay.
Oh, really? Yeah.
1966. Reprinted. Nice black cover. Sensitive cover. Man, this is in top-notch shape. This is nice.
I bought it because it was cheaper than buying. It's basically the reprint of the Doctor Strange. It was cheaper than buying the regular version, and this has more in it.
Hey Rex, chat's telling us that you can't go back far enough to hit the link. Can you drop it again, please?
I can. Hopefully. Ooh, yeah. Fantastic Four number 13. Number 13. Yeah, that's the only time that Steve Ditko inked Jack Kirby in Fantastic Four. First appearance of the Watcher.
Oh, really? Wow.
Nice.
First appearance of Red Ghost in the Super 8. And he did Steve Ditko did do the cover to number 14, the Submariner cover, but it's nothing special with that. But man, that's a classic issue. I've actually got that book, Dr. Masque, Fantastic Four 13. I think that's my earliest Fantastic Four.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's actually slabbed, but they said Dale printed it, so it's a misprint. And so I'll probably get it re-slabbed at some point. This is different.
Yeah, this one I actually read. This is a book it's the origin of Santa Claus. Well, it's more about the origin of his wife, but I saw it at an indie show and I'm like, this looks pretty cool. So I grabbed it.
Cool.
Here's the link for you. Right there. Oh yeah, I've got that one.
Secret Origins. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Phantom Stranger first came out in the 50s. A lot of people don't know that. He's one of DC's older sort of cosmic heroes. Probably the oldest, or one of the oldest. Put it that way.
Been around for a minute.
He's been around for a good long time.
Here's an oddball book.
And there's
Ayn Rand. Wow, Anthem.
I never knew this existed. So
for the sign up. Yeah, I didn't either. What year did this come out?
I was just looking. I don't even see one.
Now that's not Anthem written by Roy Thomas, is it?
No, it's Ayn Rand.
Ayn Rand, her own writing. Okay. just adapted into comic book form.
2018. First printing was 2016, so this is relatively new.
Oh,
okay.
Fairly new.
What do you think about crowdfunding in general?
I think it's a great way for. I think Pete Sammetti's actually said this too. It's like people really don't need a publisher anymore. You know, you can do it yourself as long as you're motivated and want to take the time to do it.
Superman becomes public domain in 2034 and Batman in 2035, respectively.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
10 years about 10 years out, you know.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, that's early Dave Stevens. You know, I think that it was stuff like this that introduced me to Dave Stevens' work. It was stuff that was Quality Comics and Eclipse reprint, you know.
Yeah, this is Alan Davis did this cover. But yeah.
Carrie says, Dr. Masque just signed up.
Awesome.
Legally stalking you on Insta and YouTube too.
Always count on Carrie.
How does Dr. Masque only have 30 subs on YouTube?
That's because I never make videos.
Oh, I have this one. Yeah, Supernatural Thrillers, and then issue 5 was the first appearance of the Living Mummy.
Oh, nice.
Might have issue 7 is the second appearance because there was one in between that was not a living mummy, and he ran to like issue 15, 7 to 15. But issue 5 was his first appearance. Food for the Gods. Yeah, that's a Gil Kane cover.
Yeah,
52 full-page ads. I've actually got a bunch of those that I bought from what I call the newsstand collection. They'd been in storage and was selling them on eBay, and I bought all those. That's an interesting cover.
Yeah, and I'm just looking to see who did it.
Yeah.
I can't tell.
Well, if I had to take a guess, if you'll show it to me, that's a bit of a sticky wicket, but Mike Kaluta, right there by his fist.
Yeah, it looks like Kaluta copying Ditko.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's got a very sort of cubistic or a sort of dolly look. Yeah. Oh, I think I've actually got this one. That's kind of a different Whitman. It's kind of a different size, isn't it?
Yes. I think it's a little smaller, maybe.
It looks like a Rorschach design.
Yeah, no, it's still the same size, but it's got an adaptation of Who Goes There, which is what the Thing was based on.
Oh yeah. Let's see who did the artwork to that. That looks very familiar.
That one,
the style of it.
Does it? I don't know. A lot of these. Oh, adaptation. Arnold Jack Abel. Yep.
Jack Abel artwork. Yeah. He did a lot of westerns, a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a lot of inking. Horror. He did a lot of inking.
And here's his rendition of that.
Wow. Can we see the back cover? Because that's some great. Yeah, great. Yeah, that's a neat book. I think I've actually got that one in my collection. Whitman, Whitman's back in the 80s when we had our shops, they were considered worthless. Now they're kind of variants that everybody wants.
Yeah, right.
And especially if it's like a Whitman Mark Jeweler variant. That's kind of a twofer for collectors.
Yeah. To me, it's crazy paying for an ad, but
Shade the Changing Man. Yeah, that was Steve Ditko.
This series, every time I see this somewhere, I usually pick up. I probably have like 5 or 6 copies of each issue. I don't know what it is, but
and now Russ Leach was telling me the other day his first comic book was Stalker.
Oh,
from
nice.
around that time, done by Ditko.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice one. These are early Doctor Strange stories by Ditko.
Yeah, I started picking these up now.
You probably find some Jack Abel in that Nick Fury, you know, at least by inking.
Yeah.
On some of those stories. He was all over the place inking stuff.
I haven't. Yeah. I have these in my to read book, and I don't know if I'll even crack them open because I've got
a nice copy of that one. It's an interesting villain design, isn't it?
Yeah.
Almost like his Charlton Ghost villain character.
Yep.
Shade.
Look at the colors on that.
What's up?
Look at the colors.
I know it. And that's the funny thing. I have, like I said, I probably have 5 or 6 copies, but I have like 3 different color variations of this cover, you know?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's cool.
That's interesting.
At first, I'm like, is there something wrong with this? And so I bought another one. I'm like, that looks different, you know?
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Could be second printing or, you know, something.
I think it's probably the ink gets a little used up, you know.
Or yeah, it could be.
I mean, they get towards the end of a run.
I've got this one in my collection. That's a neat cover there.
Great cover. I don't know I don't know what you think about Gold Key, but I always found the covers were awesome, and then the interiors never seemed to live up to the cover.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
the covers are so great. I had a bunch of the old Gold Key Dagger or Dagar, however you.
Wow. Yeah, Demon Dreams. I'd forgotten about this. This had some early, Sidam work that he later went on to do. I never knew this and I guess we never knew it till we looked back. He did. He became notable for Marvel Zombies work.
Yeah. Weird stuff.
This is his early stuff. Yeah.
Huh. Cool.
That's an early Metamorpho. Number 1.
Wow. Yeah.
Not his first appearance, his second appearance.
Yeah.
Made his first appearance in Showcase. Well, no, I take that back. This may not be his second appearance because he was actually in multiple issues of Showcase. At least 3 issues, probably.
Yeah.
That was kind of the standard, you know.
Ramona Fraden. I love her.
Yeah, just recently passed away last year, I think, at age 90 something, 94, 90. Still doing artwork, 97, something like
that. She did a Metamorpho for me.
I've actually got an original piece of artwork from her. Aquaman page.
Nice.
Terrible to tell. Ooh, I like the title.
I think this is a reprint.
Now they reprint stuff, don't they? TBC?
No.
Yeah.
Or NEC, rather. I don't know why I was saying TBC. Heck. Oh, yeah. They recently got their own Adolf Hitler cover, too. Wow. The Creature Commandos. They recently got their own animated thing, didn't they?
Yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes, I think.
Wasn't that great, was it?
Well, if you read any of the this one's in really bad shape, but it's kind of an iconic cover.
Yeah. Luis Dominguez cover.
If you read any of the Frankenstein stuff that they did, like in the 2000s or whatever, 2010.
Yeah, where he carried a sword, things like that.
Yeah, and the thing with the bride, they kind of made Frankenstein look like a sap, which I didn't really feel like he was, you know.
Right.
So after a couple, I was out.
But this is a good run. You got G.I. Robot there as well.
Yeah.
And Medusa.
Yep.
I think she was called Medusa.
Yep, I think so. Is that Gil Kane? Yep.
I don't have all the floppies, but I have let me look at that. I think it is Gil Kane. Let me look at it.
Yeah, I see the GK on it. The bottom.
Okay. So that means he not only drew it, but he inked it.
Yeah, you can't. It's hard to tell from the cover because you can't really see the faces that well.
Right. But, and the faces are really a tell to, you know, who did what in most cases. That's why Spider-Man's so hard to figure out, and so many people's done Spider-Man. This is neat.
Yeah, some indie horror comic. Every once in a while, I'll pick a new one up, and usually I'm disappointed, but I'll give it a shot. Sure, $2, you know.
And so this is your short stack to read, maybe?
I probably have about 1,200 comics to read, but
yeah.
This is one box. I'm a sucker for Christmas theme.
Jim Aparo cover.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Aparo.
These were so great, you know, one and done. You got two, you know, heroes. I mean, same thing with the Marvel team up.
Yeah, we were saying with Brave and the Bold, the early Brave and the Bold showcased and had a lot of new appearances of characters, and then it kind of became a Batman book where he teamed up, kind of like the Spider-Man team up.
Yeah,
this is like really Marvel nice. Look at that. That's
the first Kite Man. I think it's the first Kite Man. I don't know. It might not be.
I think he goes back further than this.
Okay. I must have that.
But I might be mistaken. You're the Batman. Now this is a Jim String cover.
Yeah.
I've got like an 8.0 or an 8.5 graded one of this.
I don't know what this one. This one looks like it's in pretty good shape.
Pretty good, yeah. And that a lot of people for a Jim Steranko, you know, it's fairly reasonable to pick one of these things up.
Yeah.
Or at least it used to be.
Well, this one I grabbed, I think I only paid $1 for this thing.
Oh.
And it's signed by Kevin Eastman.
Yeah, Melting Pot. This is Bisley cover and Bisley inside, I guess.
Yep.
Kitchen Sink Comics.
But I don't know if
it's definitely worth $1.
Yeah. I assume the signature's worth at least
if it had some kind of remark on it, it'd probably be worth about $50-$60 at least.
Wow.
If not more. Here's a Mike Kaluta cover.
Yep.
Doorway to Nightmare with Xanadu as the main character.
Yeah, I really like Madame Xanadu too.
She made it in the new Swamp Thing show that only ran. There's that iconic cover. Look at that.
Oh,
of course, cool. they changed the character up. She certainly became an old voodoo black.
Oh, jeez.
What? Okay. Wow. Talk about extreme swap.
Oh, that one's cool. Hanging cover. That's cool. Yang from Charlton.
Warren Sattler. Where are those?
It's kind of like he kind of reminds me of the Kung Fu character, right? He's bald.
Yeah, that's what that was. It was the House of Yang.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
3D Alien Terror. Oh, look at those boobies. Oh my God.
Coming right at you.
Action going on. Are those mammary glands or are they something else? Secret weapon?
I don't know. Got glasses
what
too.
Does alien milk look like? Blue? Star Wars?
Martian torpedoes.
Dig a little purple.
Fire. Oh, this is cool. Here's your lizard representation for today. This is a thick baby, 10 center too.
Yeah, look at that.
A lot of times these things were based on movies with Dale.
Yep, I got a couple of movie ones in here.
Oh, nice. I've got this one. This is related to Poe, huh? Yeah, I've got this one. Vincent Price being walled up there.
Yep.
Yeah, boy, Dr. Masque bringing the heat.
Yeah, he is. Look at this. Love it.
This is my favorite adaptation, or favorite movie adaptation, anyway.
Yeah, Masque of the Red Death. Yeah, look at that photo cover. So, is that your favorite sort of?
It's It's my favorite movie.
Poe adaptation. Oh, it's your favorite movie, period?
Well, no. My favorite Poe movie adaptation.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of my
Did you like The Pit and the Pendulum?
That was good.
Yeah.
The Raven was good, but that was a little more like funny, you know.
Yeah.
This is
sort of like gothic.
Raven was a cool movie though. That original Universal one that they did.
That's cool. Vincent Price and Elvira on a cover.
Yep.
Nice.
And who came out with that? Is that a Dynamite book?
Yeah, it's a Dynamite book.
Yeah, they do some good things with Elvira.
Mm-hmm.
Another Steve Ditko. I think I had this one, and probably Satan cover, right?
Way back.
Yeah.
1979.
Yep.
Yeah. Ghostly Tales.
Ditko did some great Charlton covers.
There's a non-Ditko Ghostly Tales. It's probably got a story in it though.
Yeah, Tom Sutton did a lot of early Charlton stuff.
Tom Sutton, highly underrated.
Absolutely. Tom Sutton also did Grim Jack later on.
The Devil's Bride.
Is that a Ditko? It looks like
Yep.
it's a Ditko.
Yep.
He's like, yeah, I see his hand.
Yeah, I can almost tell. You know, you can almost immediately tell.
He's got a very basic way of doing. Oh, nice Ditko, older Ditko. Look at that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Kind of like my Dr. K, you know, surgical horror.
Nice.
With the scalpel. I'll give you a facelift, literally.
This is Pat Boyette. I don't know. I always love this cover though.
It's almost like a gray tone cover where there's no true blacks hardly, but the colors laid over.
But I think this is Winnie, the mascot.
That's the mascot, yeah.
Yeah.
And that I've got a couple like that, like the Seer and the Bystander, that are kind of like.
I actually had Aaron Lopresti. I bought his sketchbook, and he did a head sketch of her in the inside front cover.
That's cool. That's a deep dive. Not many people know about that character.
Yeah, he had no idea who she was.
Oh, really? Oh, these Space Wars are wonderful. Another Steve Ditko. These are kind of getting expensive to get.
Really?
Yeah, these Space Wars.
I remember buying these at the newsstand.
Oh wow!
I never did. I never saw those, but they're wonderful.
Here's a crazy Ditko one.
Oh yeah, look at that overlay, almost like a Dracula. Now that's the main.
I feel like sometimes he just wanted to amuse himself, so he's like, "Hey, let's try this new thing," you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got these. The Traveler. Now the Traveler. This is the reprint of the old '50s stuff because he goes.
Yep.
Very similar character to DC's character that we mentioned earlier, Phantom Stranger.
Yeah.
Or even like the. I've got multiples of that one. I went online to eBay and bought all the Traveler stuff that they currently had, and I've got this book, but it's the UK version.
Okay, this is rough. I mean, you can see it's
but that's 1950s. That's 1950s book right there.
But I'm like, would he charge me $1?
$1? Hell yeah! That's all day long. Hell yeah! That's worth that. Even with the detached cover.
This one I love too.
That's
cool. Ghost Manor. That is one of my
Mm-hmm.
favorite stories ever in Ghost Manor.
Oh,
that's a Ditko.
Yeah, you remember Terrible Teddy? Did you read that one?
It doesn't sound familiar. I've read so many horror comics.
Now wait a minute. That last one you put up, Dr. Masque. I want to buy a copy of that. So what issue number is that?
Number 62.
62. Okay.
Yeah, mine's got a little bit of an issue.
Visit Ghost Manor. Yeah, a little rat mice chew there. That's okay.
Ghost Manor. Yep.
My copy is read to death. I read that story so many times.
I had this one hanging up for a while.
Oh,
I'll never
I've
forget
got that
what's his name.
I've got a copy of that in my collection.
I mean, just this alone. I love it.
Oh, that's a cool one. The Traveler.
Aaron Werewolf's haunted library, and there's the Mysterious Traveler.
Well, you know, in the 70s, the all deco art, they often put those on. Well, a few times they put that on issues.
I think my next book, I'm gonna have a cover. Maybe I'll do a homage to this, similar to this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great device.
Different
Just to tell
stories.
the different stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long? Oh, is that a Tom Sutton there?
No, I thought it was. It's Larson. Is that
Okay.
Gary Larson? No.
I think I had that same issue right back here on the stand.
I mean, just her look is great.
Now, do you have any Monster Hunters? Because Mike Zeck did a couple covers on Monster Hunters from Charlton in the mid-70s.
I probably do. What do I got here?
Charltons are vastly underrated, but they are poor condition, especially in the 70s, and they go all the way back to the 40s. The publisher. Oh, that's great! I always loved Alien Legion.
This is I never read any of the Alien Legion, so I just started seeing them, and I knew Larry Stroman did them and Chuck Dixon did them, so I'm like,
he did some of the later issues. Yeah,
I got a few of those when I first started to.
This is my last one.
Oh no! Oh wow!
Hello.
Got a little pin up by Jack Cole. Is that a Plastic Man pin? Probably not, right? Because he worked for Penthouse, Playboy, whatever.
Yeah.
But created
Pin up art of
Man.
Jack Cole, Ward on Crime.
Nice.
Plastic Man does porn.
Yeah, I guess it depends on your definition of porn, but I don't think there's any nudity in this.
No. It was more like cartoon humor.
Suggestive.
Well, I'm actually excited about that you're doing a book. Is this going to be a one-off, or we're going to wait and see how the campaign does? And
I already started I'm already planning out the next. My plan is 3 volumes.
Okay.
The next volume is going to be Edgar Allan Poe's A Dream Within a Dream.
Are you going to try to do some of your favorites or some of his major works, or a mixture of both? What?
Yeah, it's a mixture of both, and then there's some stories that made it into this book that were more because what I tried to do when I went through, I would talk to the artist. I'd be like, "Hey, I'm doing this book on Edgar Allan Poe. Is there a particular story you would like to do?" And if they're like, "Oh, I'd really love to do this," then I'll be like, "Okay, do it." You know, if it was like, I'm not sure, let me check it out, then they would check it out. One guy read a particular story and he contacted me. He's like, "Dude, I got to do this story." I'm like, "Sure, go do it." You know? So and then there were other artists that were like, "Yeah, I really don't, I'm not into Poe, or I don't know, I don't have any favorites or whatever like that." And I would just give them, "Okay, do this one," and blah, blah, blah. So everybody was different. But I find that if the artist is passionate about it, it's going to be better. So like the next one, like this is mostly horror. I think even the one that I showed, which is is kind of a funny story. It still has horror elements in it, but the next book is going to be a number of his fantasy type stories. So it'll still have some horror in it. It'll have more fantasy type stuff too. So, and then book 3, I haven't come up with a name yet, but
very cool. And then hopefully, we'll get a grand sort of box edition with all 3 or whatever, something at the end of it, comprising it all into one big tome or something, or maybe a tome, put it in a box.
Yeah, and I would love to do a black and white artist edition too. But
yes, there you go.
Yeah, or like your artwork here, black and white with a little red, throughout.
Yeah, that's.
I don't mind.
I'm still thinking.
That's
cool. What was that, Shadowhawk?
I said I don't mind a little bit of red with the black and white. I think it's a pretty cool effect if you do it well.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, I'm debating on, because my original plan was to do black, white, and another color for the fantasy one.
Ah, okay.
So, but I'm not 100% on that yet. We'll see.
Thank you, Ethereal Dragon. If you have a link for that, you can drop it. I recently saw a comic book ranking thing on YouTube. Anyway, I guess we're going to get out of here. Give you a final word, Dr. Matt.
What's that?
I said I'll give you the final word.
The final word. Okay, yeah. If you like horror and you like Edgar Allan Poe, or if you just like good art or great art, then just sign up and you'll get updates. My plan is to slowly open the spigot the next few weeks. So this is the beginning, the piece I showed tonight, and then maybe in a week or so we'll get the cover, the cover A.
Okay.
Which to paraphrase Mike Barron, it'll blow your mind.
and so, you've got your art contest and people.
Yep.
So I've actually got an idea for at least
awesome.
Part of the So I might even do something for that. That would be awesome. Might have another stream later tonight, whatever. Of course, you're welcome to come back, Dr. Masque, and talk more comics with us. I'll send you a link if you can't. I understand. Hopefully everybody will enjoy their Labor Day weekend. I know Shadowhawk's going to grill. Are you going to grill this weekend, Mark?
I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm going to the fair tomorrow night. That's about it.
Carrie wants to know about you're going to the fair. Okay, so it's about time. Carrie wants to know about international. You're gonna like ship to the UK or have a digital?
Yeah, I will, and I will have digital as well. So whatever works for you. Yeah, that's all I'll say for now. But yeah, absolutely.
Shadowhawk, anything else you need to add or ask?
No, I think I'm starting to echo a little bit anyway. So, Mark, it was great having you back again, and looking forward to
say the magic words, and we'll get out of here.
Hello, keep collecting.
There we go. He nails it every time. It's like he's got it written down or something.
Sorry,